Hello, lords and ladies of the realm. MrAshleeD here, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo Part 3. Where we left off, we were arriving in the classroom early, but we weren't the first, apparently. Yeah, well, in last episode, we met Misha and Shizune. Shizune, either one, I don't know. It's hard to pronounce Japanese things, but stuff. Yes, we met them. Turned out Shizune's blind. No, deaf, not blind, she's deaf. And Misha's her interpreter, and they are very different personalities. And yeah, so we went back to class after going to the cafeteria, and what happens next? So we arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. Ah, no shocks. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with an elegance of a rhino. She sinks deeper into her seat. I can feel the tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning into a stone just from her presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom fully fills with other students, and finally the teacher. Yeah? Okay. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's a long time spent in hospital and maybe like this. I'm even feeling physically weak. I'm lifeless. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. Beside me... let me start that sentence again. Why not? Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Oh God, ellipses. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hishan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. Ellipses. Ah, how do I go back? There's a way of going back. Wait, there it is. I finally found how to do that. You have to use your scroll. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I go? Is that so? Well, we can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own buildings. We have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out the senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. Scenery change. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. Oh, for God's sake, I keep double-clicking. It's built in the same style, so it looks actually like a part of the main building. Ellipses. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamako Foundation office and the nurse's office. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Ellipses. Don't be silly, Hishan. It's for physical therapy, of course. As if you didn't know. God. Oh, I have a text, okay. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. Ellipses. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. What the hell was that? A whole building with stuff that has nothing to do with actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. My God, it looks like prison. A delicious, glorious... I don't know. I walk in hoping there will really be a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate. One sec. Oh, it's that food, and it was delicious, by the way. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounds a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on his desk. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He's young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very question hundreds of times. Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse like everyone else does. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realising I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Haiso Nakamaki. Nakamaki. Good for remembering names. Haiso Naki. Nakai? I don't know. Haiso. His eyes light up with a revelation. He snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that guy. I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related for God's sake, congenital. That I'm going with that. Congenital is what I'm going for. Related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yeah. Good! How's that good? Well, you've probably been briefed about school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities here, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if it's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His jokes feel sort of placed, I'm left wondering why he even said it. Yeah. Just like it's really weird to have so many medical people at school. You'll get used to it. It's just blunt. I'm not so sure of that myself, but don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls in the ceiling, dark grey laminate flooring, and all the equipment you would expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you're already on medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Oh, well, I'm not saying soccer, because it's football. I don't give a crap. I'm from Britain, okay? I am from Britain. Well, I played football occasionally with some classmates. Alright. I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did out of a burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by sudden concussion to the chest area? There's no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. You got told you wanted to go out with a girl. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise will do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't really think you need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here, so I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take extra care not to overexert yourself. Sorry, needed to moisten my mouth, because it's hard to read this much whilst congealing. I don't know. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I must shut out before I even realise it. Quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get of the other students, so I watch people coming out to the school, going towards the gate of the domes. Everyone seems to know where they're going, and I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? Ellipses. I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. That makes sense. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The curiosity in me is only grows as I trudge towards the domes, set a little way apart from the main building complex. Isn't that lovely? Look at the greenery! There's a garden of sorts between the school and the domes, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. I hate that smell. That's a disgusting smell. Mostly because I have hay fever, and it just makes me feel like sneezing. Ugh. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dome building is bid! The dome building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119, 119, 119, the big That is not a significant number in my books. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dome is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the holes and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. I put my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. Oh yeah! I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off into the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from the TV of room 117, so I knock lightly. You're about to meet the god himself. Hello, is anyone home? From inside I hear a few more once, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Here he is. Oh yeah! A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick glasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hi, sir Nakai. Nakai. Yeah, Nakai. I'm going to go with Nakai at this point. Hi, sir Nakai. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude? My name's Kenji. Ah, hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents, you sure? Because it could have been some other people, you know. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try and think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, I sir. Me, I don't think I can trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Doesn't that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, doesn't matter. And with that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment to search for the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. So that's Kenji, the beast, the only other guy you really meet in this, and he's just a god. He just thinks everyone's out to kill him. It's amazing. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of the bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hishan. We unpacked your things and made your bed. They said if these don't fit, that you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Mom. I'm not used to saying Mom. Mom. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. Kinda hope I would have. Then there'd be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now... Nom, 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 nom. A bottle of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eyes. I pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Isonaki, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Ooh, time change. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not enough that darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. And sleep. Day change. Katawa Shoujo. Yay, transition! Oh! I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light grey ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. Aye? This is my room, isn't it? My room, ellipses. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around me remind me that indeed. It's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill and pop out a tablet from the file sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. It really does. It's horrible. I hate that first day of school. You put on a new school uniform like, It's like, it's icky. It's there. I'll never have to do that again. Wow, that's a new thing. I'm just going to be wearing suits from now on. Plenty of suits everywhere. Suits on my face. Suits I'm just going to buy 1,000 suits and just wear them around the house. I'm going to buy suit pajamas. Suit pajamas! Because, yes. Where was I? The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. Is it natural? It was so natural to be completely naked. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. Think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I don't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so there must be clubs. I wonder if I should join one. Time transition. All through classes the question remains on my mind, so I asked Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I want to know, I should ask her. Ellipses. Ellipses. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so the top is perfectly and evenly flat. It's ellipses. Ah, sorry, she said. Something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hishan. My first thought is that she means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Ellipses. Oh, that's right, everyone's encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What the fuck? What's the festival about? Misha freezes. She has no idea. I don't know, Hishan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... Shizune. She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signaling hard and heavy. I just imagine metal music going behind like sign language, just really hardcore metal. Just amazing. Ellipses. Oh, who cares? Misha puffs out her cheek and she shouts Shizune's words out with me with a disappropriate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our directions. Not so loud. Ellipses. Ellipses. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and belief behind the festival will inevitably change with time. Ellipses! Exclamation mark. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Lol. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his wood his his long wooden pointer against the other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointing gaze at Mother of God. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly sits down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. Ellipses. And with that ellipses, it is time to end. Unless I can do a spell. Nah, I'm not going to do a Nah. It is time to... There's that one there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. If you did, click a like. If you didn't, tell me why. I know it's very different from a normal game. It's just more like me reading a book to you. But I hope it's quite interesting. I'm trying to put my own little comments in there every now and again. You know, it's doing the voices. It's maybe nicer than reading a book. Of course, again, download for this Katawa Shoujo is in the description yonder below. And remember to subscribe. I always love a new addition to the realm, and I will see you next time, everyone.